Are you the kind of person who feels everything a little too deeply? Like when you're scrolling through videos and come across someone going through something heartbreaking, you just can't help but tear up. Sometimes it's even a complete stranger's story, but somehow you feel that pain right down to your bones. It grabs your heart and won't let go. But besides feeling terrible, you can't really do anything. You know you can't change what happened. And that helplessness, that's what hurts the most. A lot of people say empathy is a gift, a kind of natural kindness we're born with. But sometimes being highly empathetic feels more like a burden than a blessing. It makes you extra sensitive, and it can seriously mess with your emotions, pulling you into deep sadness. You lose sleep over other people's misfortunes. You replay their pain over and over in your mind. And when someone tells you you're just overthinking, you know it's not that simple. It's not something you can just shut off. It's something you feel, whether you want to or not. Psychologists say that people with strong empathy usually have extremely sensitive inner worlds. They pick up on even the smallest emotional shifts in others, almost instantly stepping into their shoes. This ability often comes from childhood experiences, the environment you grew up in, and your own personality. Highly empathetic people usually struggle with emotional boundaries. They have a hard time separating their own feelings from the feelings of others. When they see someone else hurting, they end up absorbing that pain into their own system, as if it were happening to them personally. It's not just empathy, it's full-blown emotional immersion. Research shows that people like this are biologically more reactive to emotional stimuli. They notice every subtle shift in tone, every tiny change in the energy of a room. Their world is like a high-definition camera. Every detail, every feeling gets magnified. Add to that a childhood lacking emotional security. Maybe parents too busy trying to make ends meet, unable to offer real emotional support. And you end up learning to read the room early on. You grow up watching adults' moods carefully, hoping that if you could just understand them better, maybe you'd earn a little more love and attention. That's why your sensitivity became so sharp, and why you sometimes take on other people's pain as if it were your own. People who over-empathize usually fall into two patterns, either constantly pouring themselves out to care for others until they burn out, or shutting down completely, becoming numb to the world around them. Over-empathizing doesn't just drain you emotionally, it can leave you exhausted in relationships. It can make you a target for emotional manipulation. You'll find yourself being everyone's emotional dumping ground, the first person they run to when they need to vent, but rarely having anyone to turn to yourself. So how do you balance your empathy? First, build healthy emotional boundaries. Learn to tell the difference between empathy and emotional merging. You can understand someone's pain without drowning in it. You can care without losing yourself. Second, be mindful of how you use social media. Don't let the algorithms trap you in a cycle of sad content that keeps pulling you under. And finally, channel all that empathy into small, tangible actions. Even a tiny act of kindness is healthier than just sitting in helpless sadness. Real empathy isn't about losing yourself in someone else's pain. It's about understanding it, while staying whole within yourself. When you learn to love yourself, to set reasonable limits, your empathy won't be something that drains you. It'll be the bridge that helps you connect to the world in a healthy, powerful way. Remember, you weren't born to carry the weight of everyone's pain. Sometimes being gentle with yourself is one of the kindest, bravest things you can do.